Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Axe. Today, we're going to be making bad decisions because it is currently 8:16 on a Saturday, and I've decided to start my hair. So, for those of you who don't know, hair takes a long time. 8 p.m. is a super late time to start, but don't worry, okay, because I'm not going to do the whole routine. I'm just going to co-wash today. So that should only take half an hour. Instead of 2 hours for just the washing process. And then I'm going to try a wash and go. But as you can see, my hair is pretty short, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. So let's hope it turns out well. Alright, see you guys on the other side. Bye.
When you begin on your hair, the first thing you're going to want to do is just mess around with it for like 5 minutes straight, you know. Time is an illusion anyway. Mess around with your side part, make little faces at the camera, even though it is 8 p.m. and you told yourself that and that, sleep is necessary. Just go ahead and play with your hair. Who cares? Who cares? What you're going to do is you're going to take your clips out. You are going to part your hair into 4 sections. And once those sections are parted, you're going to clip those sections, obviously, separately. Right as you're finishing your final section, what you're going to want to do is second guess yourself and resize the sections, even though it literally doesn't matter because you're going to be washing your hair anyway. Then you're going to do your little spin, fist bump in the air, and you're ready to wash. For my co-wash, I'm going to be using the As I Am coconut co-wash because I saw a YouTuber use it, so that means it's definitely necessary. This is also a thing that YouTubers do. They like to touch it to show you the consistency of it, I guess. And then they always tell you to use about a dime size amount, but I don't really know what a dime size amount would be, especially when it's different liquids, if it's like more watery. Like, do we judge for the thickness of the dime as well, or is it just how small it is, I guess? Do we consider, like, why don't we use other coins? Like, do we say a quarter size amount or a Canadian dollar size amount? No, we don't. We just say a dime size amount. But what you're going to want to do is get one section of your hair all wet and then put the coconut co-wash in all the way at the root to really cleanse it. What a co-wash is it's like a conditioner, but it also cleans your hair, but it doesn't clean your hair, it just kind of cleans your hair. So what one might want to do is alternate weeks between co-washing and shampooing. When you shampoo, it takes a long time because, you're shampooing, you're conditioning, you're deep conditioning, all that other stuff. But when I co-wash, I don't deep condition just because this co-wash, it's really like moisturizing and it really defines your curls. So what I'm showing here is I'm just massaging it into one section of my hair. Use the pads of your finger to really get into the root, go all the way through to the ends, roots and ends. Once you rinse out that first wash, you're going to want to put more conditioner back in there. The same deep conditioner. I always like to go in twice with my shampoos, just to make sure it's really clean, and I like when it gets all sudsy. During the second time with the co-wash, though, I do comb through my hair with the wide tooth comb. So once you comb out these certain sections, you make sure you do that for all 4 sections of your hair. But see, what I'm doing right now is I'm just dividing it up to make it a little bit easier to comb. Doing a quick little bantu knot. About 3 per section. I'm not keeping it in there, but I comb one section, do the other ones. And then I comb the full section all the way together. Here I'm just showing off the hair that was shed. I'm showing that just to show you how much hair I guess you should be coming off with. So it's now 9:28, so that half-hour co-wash took an hour. It could have been because I didn't detangle it before I went into the shower. I just kind of went in there and just put the water on and let whatever happen happen. But now that we're out of the shower, I'm going to use this Curls Creme Brulee Whipped Curl Cream. And then for the styler, I'm going to be using Shea Moisture's Curl Stretch Pudding. We're going to finally use Aunt Jackie's Don't Shrink Elongating Curling Gel. Got it for me from the store, so that's why we're showing it off. We're cute, you know. And your long tooth comb that you used to tangle in the shower. So I'm going to be starting with the section in the back. Basically, I just want to make sure it's nice and wet. When you do a wash and go, you're supposed to have your hair basically soaking. Some people do it in the shower. That could be easier, but, you know, I just use the spray bottle. I get the leave-in conditioner, put that all over the section, and then I will use the curl enhancing cream, I guess, just however big of a section I feel, and then put that as well all over that section, making sure, again, throughout this process, making sure your hair is really wet, even with the extra products you're putting on. Finally, I will be using the elongating gel. It's supposed to keep your hair longer rather than how it typically shrinks down when you put a gel on your hair instead of putting it into a style to be stretched out. So I just took a finger-sized amount and just put it on that whole back section, adding water, combing it through, all that. Then, after I put the gel in, it wasn't giving me the type of curl that I was looking for, so I did little finger coils, not too tight, just kind of big, not big, but generally sized coils, just to kind of emphasize the texture of my hair. Some people, there's a lot of different methods for wash and go. Some people just rake it through, and then however it happens, happens. There's like this shake method where you cover your face and you shake your head back and forth. But my hair is not, you know, long enough for that, so shaking doesn't really work for me. Although I did notice it did shrink up a lot more. And about halfway through, maybe a third of the way through, it's 10:44. I'm so exhausted, you guys. You gotta find ways to entertain yourself. I was listening to music. I watched some YouTube videos, but it's just a process. The thing I do like about wash and goes though is that it felt a lot faster than when I do my twists. Even if the twists themselves are actually faster, when I was doing the wash and go process, I felt like I was making more progress with each curl. I was actually doing something. Versus, you know, one twist, even if it's a bigger section, it just takes a long time because you have to go all the way to the end of the hair. To kind of get the look I was going for when I styled the front of my hair, I did some of the curls forward instead of just to the side. And there's technically a middle part in there, but it obviously gets covered very much. This is, you know, just me showing you the difference in length of my hair. It's really crazy how much your hair shrinks when water is applied. But yeah, I kind of do these front twists sort of forward, as well as, you know, out. It's like an equal distribution sort of thing for your front two sections, to make sure you're having enough so there's not like a line over the top of your head, but also you don't want to look like you have a receding hairline. And finally, we're finished. This is the look of the hair all the way around. The final time was finished at 12:25 a.m., which is actually pretty good. It's a pretty good time for a wash and go since I haven't really done it before. Here, I'm attempting the shake thing that people do. It doesn't really work. My hair is sort of long on top, but it's not all the way through. I think I'm going to part my hair. I decided finally to give it a little side part, just to make it look a little cooler, give it a little style to it. Then what I'm going to do is just slick that part down. There's already gel on there, so I don't really feel a need to add more. And I've stopped doing my edges recently just because I want to make sure that they're growing out. I kind of have, not spots necessarily, but I really want to grow my edges out. So I just kind of slick it down with whatever gel's already on there and then pin it back. And with all that, that's the final look. However, it is the middle of the night, so I'm going to be banding my hair, which is a form of stretching like I talked about earlier. What this basically does is it makes sure that my hair isn't super knotted and that it doesn't shrink up as much. I'm also trying to grow out my hair, and I want a sort of longer look to the style. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just some headbands, basically. These ones are already a little bit stretched out, so I just folded them in half. And then I go down the hair. There's a bunch of other videos if you guys want to know more about the banding method. And I just do that for every section of my hair. There's not a specific way that I do it. Just grab a section that's sort of divided, put it together. Make yourself look like you're from a Dr. Seuss book. The only thing about the back, though, is I don't go all the way down. There's a YouTuber, Janelle Sequoia, I believe, and she talks about, like, when she does the banding method in the back, what she'll do is she doesn't go all the way down the strand, down the section, and that makes sure that your hair gets sort of the heart shape, instead of, having awkwardly long length in the back. You keep the back a little bit shorter, and then it blends a lot nicer when you're finished.
Thank you guys so much for watching. That was, not a bad time. We ended at 12:39, so yeah. Thanks for watching Andrea Makes Mistakes. But we didn't say episode 2, so I feel like this is a success. I'm doing the banding thing, and then hopefully in the morning it looks good. If it doesn't, then I'll cry. But I'll put a thing in the morning. Good night, everyone.
Oh, good morning, everyone. It is 9:02. I think I went to sleep finally around 1:30ish. I was just getting some other things done. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take out these bands. We're going to use the Africa's Best herbal oil, just so that my dry fingers aren't going directly onto my hair. And I just rub that all over my hands and use that when I'm taking down each section. So as you can see, the hair sort of took the shape of the bands, which, it's a look, it's a look. It's something. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get in the shower, and instead of putting a shower cap on like I usually would, I'm going to keep my hair out but not put it directly under the water. And what that's going to do is the steam from the shower head is going to get into my hair, and it'll sort of fill out those spots, and make it look a little bit more like this. Then I'm just going to go over with the pick, fluff it out, shake it out. And with that, we are almost done. We got to put in the pins on the side. But after we do the pins, fluff it out again, we are done. Thank you guys all so much for watching. This is a little different. May make more of these videos if people tend to like them. Usually when I make bad decisions, I just put it on my Snapchat, story. But some of the times it has enough content to be a full video, so I decided to do that for you guys today. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you have a fantabulous day. Bye!